Hey guys, it's Maymay, and I have been playing with backgrounds again. And I know this is supposed to be Stampin' Saturday, but I want to show you guys this, so I'm going to ask for forgiveness for not doing a Stampin' Saturday, and instead we're going to do backgrounds again. Check this out. So you guys would have seen the finished product on the thumbnail. But what I'm doing is I am embossing with just some of my embossing folders like I did the other day, just some white paper. I was looking on Pinterest, and I saw where someone had cut out a floral die cut and then put multicolored paper behind it, and the die cut was black and it popped with bright color. And I thought, can we do this dragging technique with that? So I'm going to try it for you guys. So this is my sun rays folder that I just embossed. And this will make sense as I get going. This is one of those things where you need to watch this project all the way to the end. And I've already done a couple, which I'm not going to show you till the end because I don't want you to see how this works until it's completed, because it's amazing. I think it is. It may be just, I don't think it's a quicker way to do anything or anything. I just think it's a really cool way to do something. It's different, and I think it's different. Somebody may have done it. I don't know. I was just looking online, saw a picture, and decided to try to duplicate it with this method that we've been using all week, which is the dragging method. Okay, so here are our embossed pages. So now it's time to color. This is my sun rays one that I just did, and I'm going to use CR10, CT3, and OR1. And I'm going to start with this yellow at the top, and I'm not going to use that tip. I want to use the pointy tip. I'm going to go in the deboss sections, so not the sections that are raised up, but the sections that are pointing down. I'm going to start kind of at the top of those sections, and I'm just going to color in those lines. I'm not going to worry about getting it on that raised section or anything. That really won't matter. You don't want to get too much on it, and you don't want to get the paper too wet because it might make your embossing not be quite as crisp. But I'm going to just color in like sun rays, just like this. And notice I'm just kind of like going about halfway or a little bit more than halfway down, because I'm going to use the other colors to kind of give it more sun rays. And I'm not really stressing about the color too much, because it's not really going to matter when we do the dragging part. I think this is super cool. I hope you guys give this one a shot. Now here's the thing. We just started a contest over on our Facebook group, which is kind of what made me lead to doing another background. We're calling it Creative Backgrounds, and you can enter to win a Stamp Perfect positioner. And all you have to do is post pictures of your backgrounds that you're creating in whatever way. So if you head over to our Facebook group and you join the group, it's called Maymay Made It, and so did I. And you show us pictures of the backgrounds you're making with the hashtag Creative Backgrounds, you can be entered to win. So this is a good example of doing that. I just think it's fun to get in your craft room and make something, even if it's not a completed, finished project. Just play. So like here, I'm going to make this background, and I don't know when I'll use it. I might use it on a card today or tomorrow or another day, but I'll have it made for when I need it. I'm going back with that color I used on top of that. And I'm just going to see if I can make them just, they won't blend, but I'm just going to kind of pull them together a little bit. Just let them kind of smear out. This is not a coloring tutorial. This is just me playing. Okay, and then the last one I'm going to do is my orange color. Looks kind of cool already. Looks like a sunrise. It looks cool. Okay, so the orange from the bottom to that section. Again, I'm in the deboss section. So this white section is the raised section. So I'm wanting to color in the debossed. And if I get a little on the side, it really doesn't matter, but I don't want to flatten out my embossed area. You want to leave them as raised as you can. So even, I don't want to lay my hand down on it and flatten it out too much either. And then I'm going to come back with that other orange, just because I already did it on the top, and just try to add some here just to blend it together. It really won't, like I said, it won't blend it, but it might soften it a little bit, and it may not. I'm not going to worry about it. This is about having fun and playing. It's hard to mess up a background, right? All right, so that's our sunrise color. Now for the fun part. Ready for this? Piece of scrap paper. I'm going to put this down, and I want you to be able to see all of it, because this is so cool how this happens, okay? Now, I was dragging in my other techniques with my small distress inks. Well, because this is such a large surface that I'm going to be dragging over, I tried it with my VersaFine and it worked. So watch this. I'm going to barely touch this page with this VersaFine ink pad and just drag. And just watch how cool this looks. Look at that. I'm going to flip it around and I'm going to barely touch and drag this across. And that black is mostly catching on the part that is not colored, that is lifted up, right? Mostly. I'm going to do this again right here. Barely drag. You can always go heavier, okay? Don't have a heavy hand. It'll flatten out your embossing. So look how cool that looks with the multiple colors. That one looks really good. Let me show you some other ones that I did. So the very first one I did was this one. And what this one is, this is an embossing folder that had some fruit around the edge. And then I just drug that across it. And I actually drug this one this way and this way to get a little more color in there. Isn't that pretty? I love this. This reminds me of the old Lisa Frank technique or the scratch offs that we used to do that were black and you scratched off and there was color underneath. Look at this one. I think this one is so pretty. And I want to show you something, and I'm seeing it on this one because I've already touched up some, but sometimes after you've colored, you might see a little spot like that white spot sticking out. No big deal to fix it. Just grab the same color again that you used, their same marker, and after you've done all of the coloring in the black part too, just touch it up. You can just do just like that and touch up any spots. I had to touch up several spots on this one because it was so detailed to do, but I just sat and colored and it did not look pretty to start with. It did not. And it was pretty messy, but when I drug that black across it, it turned out really pretty. Now I want to show you one that didn't turn out as well, and I want to tell you why I think it didn't. I think that this one did not turn out as well because it was a little too detailed in some areas. Like the leaves got covered in the black. You could see that it was a little too heavy for this one. I think this folder, maybe I should have done it with a different paper. This is a pretty thin 65-pound paper. Or maybe I should just try to stick to more graphic or bigger images. That might be the thing. But I say play. I still don't dislike this. I think it's kind of cool and I can probably find a way to use it. But how fun is this idea? You got to let these dry because you're using that VersaFine. But you can also do this with your Memento. Let me show you this. I'll just go back over this one since we've got it. Let me put my paper back up. Just like so. Okay, so here's my paper back. This is my little Memento Dewdrop ink. And you can do the same thing. You just want to barely touch and drag across. Now, the wetter the paper gets, I find that the embossing flattens out a little bit. Because, you know, anytime you get liquid on a paper, it's not going to keep that crisp line. So you don't want to do this too awful much. But look at that. I love it. And you don't have to do black. You can do any color. So color inside of your debossing, okay? This is the raised edge back here. This is the low edge, which might be what I should have done different here. I might should have done the other side. That could have been the thing. But just play with it. But how neat. I think these are beautiful and would make beautiful card fronts. And again, it's getting us into our embossing folders and playing with those and playing with all our inks. I love this one. This one's really, really pretty. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was something different. I know this won't be for everyone. This is kind of graphic and bold. And I know some of you guys like a softer look, something a little more like we did with the dragging technique with the mini inks. But I thought this was cool for those of us who like those bright graphic images. Thanks so much for watching today. I'll see you guys again on Monday. Don't forget to go enter our contest. As a matter of fact, to enter the contest, just a photograph of this background would be one entry. So that's pretty cool. This is another entry. And then this one would be another entry. So we love to see what you guys are making. And I cannot wait to see what you do with this because you're going to do amazing. I just know it. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Talk to you again real soon. Bye-bye.